The next competition is known as YES. You may be wondering what is YES? YES stands for Youth Entrepreneurship Spread. What is Youth Entrepreneurship Spread? It sounds like a cheese spread on a bread. Let me explain you what is YES. Now, in NBIC, we are doing a spread of entrepreneurship among Nagaratha towards achieving the goals of IBCN. Basically, what is the goal of IBCN? IBCN is to bring the glory back, to make all Nagaratha into the fold of entrepreneurship again. So, how do we achieve that? The NBIC has 4 objectives, as 4 pillars for IBCN, which are know-how, family support, funding, guidance and assistance, and networking. These are the main 4 pillars of the objectives of IBCN 2017. And how NBIC is working towards achieving it? By working towards these 4 objectives and serving a fellow Nagaratha in improving their knowledge on how to do a business, the know-how on the business, encouraging more families into the business, providing them funding, guidance and assistance, also providing them a platform for networking. This is being done at a global level, in a big level, yeah. But the same 4 goals are also for the youth entrepreneurship spread, but in a scaled down or in a miniature version. A participating Nagaratha youth will have to achieve all these 4 objectives or at least one objective, yeah, towards his contribution or towards his score to become a winner in this competition. Let me explain you in detail, yeah. Out of these 4 pillars, the participating team, yeah, it could be 1 person or 4 person or 6 person, whatever it is. The maximum number of participants could be 6. At least the primary participant has to be a Nagaratha. We recommend a team size of 4, but in case if your team is going to participate in more than 1 pillar, yeah, and then you can expand your team to 6 because it has a lot of scope, a lot of work to be done. So in this case, you can expand your team size, yeah. So how you are going to achieve these 4 objectives? By practically working towards supporting and spreading entrepreneurship among Nagaratha. This is what all it says. Youth entrepreneurship spread is spreading entrepreneurship among Nagaratha by the youth of Nagaratha. Why do we do that? Normally you gain experience and knowledge in entrepreneurship. There are many ways to do that, but this is even a step ahead. You not only become an entrepreneur, but also you make others as entrepreneurs. That's why we call it as youth entrepreneurship spread. And how do you do that? You have to work practically in the field. For example, let us take the pillar of know-how. How do you participate in the know-how pillar? What is basically know-how? Know-how could be a knowledge in how to do a business. For example, you want to refine and package water, how to do this business, how to achieve, which machineries to buy, yeah, how to package, which market is the best. So it could be a technical know-how, it could be a market know-how, or it could simply be a know-how on the rules and regulations of how to run your business. So all these are categorized as know-how. For example, I want to start a grocery, yeah, or a small business in a village in the Chettinad. So which authorities to approach? Yeah, and then where to get, whether to meet the registrar of companies or the Tahsildar or whatever it is. Which authorities to approach, what are the forms to be filled and how to obtain a license, and if there are special regulations, for example, you are sending wastage, how to dispose those wastage. If it is hazardous, how to dispose. So these kind of rules and regulations will be there. There could be labor law. The participant has to collect all these rules and document them and present it, so that it is useful for many people who want to become entrepreneurs. So this is the kind of know-how. So this is the kind of know-how on how to start or run a business, especially on the rules and regulations of that locality where they live in, or a particular locality. It could be Chennai, it could be Hyderabad, it could be Bangalore, it could be UK, it could be US, wherever you are. Yeah, you can find out the local regulations. If some Nagaratha comes there, they should be able to take the guidelines from you and approach those authorities and use the forms that you give or suggest the forms that you give, and then they should be able to apply and obtain the permission, or they should be able to know how to establish a business there. That's one kind of know-how. And as I said earlier, the second kind of know-how is business specific know-how. Yeah, it could be market specific knowledge, it could be a technical know-how, and if you can document this and make it available for Nagaratha all over the world, then again you qualify for scoring points. For example, you have compiled all the knowledge and then you submit it, you get certain amount of points. Your scoreboard goes up. Say for example, let's say 10 points, and then you make it available for people for easy access, then you get say another 5 points. If some people already access or you reached personally to prospective businessmen and then you made it available for them, you get say another 10 points, for example. And some people benefited from the know-how you gave them, you get even more points. So this is how your scoreboard keeps growing. Yeah. Once you've collected a know-how, it could be presented to different groups of people or different businessmen. The more number of people you reach, the more points you score. So this is all about know-how. Now coming to family support, you may be wondering how, as a student or a youth, how I'm going to support families, what all this means. Let me explain you in simple words. The family is the backbone of a business. If there is no support from the family, say a son wants to start a business, the parents should encourage them and support them and provide them with the knowledge and prudence and expertise needed for them. Or if a husband is doing a business, the wife and children should support him. Yeah, like the knowledge or the requirement of entrepreneurship should be spread among all the families so that they encourage their family members to become businessmen or businesswomen. In case the wife wants to become a businesswoman to establish a business, the husband and the children and the in-laws, everybody should support her. Yeah. So to spread this awareness is basically the goal here in family support pillar. You may be wondering how I will spread this among the families. Suppose you have a function somewhere, your friends or relatives' marriage, there is a gathering of people. Why not make use of this? Just take 5 minutes from them, stand there and request the attention of all the people there and tell them what is the importance of the family support in entrepreneurship. And then the more people get convinced, the more people will come towards entrepreneurship, shedding their employments. They become employers. So you can talk to people in gatherings like this, or you can organize a meeting and invite people and then tell them the importance of becoming entrepreneurs and how the families should support. Different members of the families should support the entrepreneurs in their families, how to encourage ideas, how to support them in different ways. So that is another way. Suppose now you say that I am not a very good speaker, how am I going to support the families? You never need to worry. If you are able to identify a good speaker who can motivate families into entrepreneurship or support the entrepreneurs in their families, you invite them, let them give the speech. You are just an organizer. Yeah. This way also the idea of entrepreneurship is still taken forward towards the people. So you will gain points for that too. You can screen a video if you found a good speech or good video on entrepreneurship so that the people may get encouraged from that. You can screen that to people. And whenever you participate and spread the entrepreneurship among people, you have to record those events and send to us as a witness so that your efforts will be considered for the scoring. Now, you have prepared one speech. You need not restrict it to just one group. The same speech at another occasion to another group you can deliver. Again, you will get more points. If the reach you have made is more people, you get even more points. And again, if you take this forward towards other people to different media like internet, so that it has reached even more, say thousands of people, and again, for that you will have even a higher score. So this is how you score in this pillar. Also, there is a very important aspect I would encourage you to do is to interview an entrepreneur, especially a women entrepreneur or a male entrepreneur where they have received an excellent family support. You can interview them, you can ask them what challenges they faced and how they overcome, what advice they would give to the would-be entrepreneurs, and this information could help the would-be entrepreneurs. This will also be considered for your scoring, and if they agree, the people who are being interviewed agree, this can even be published online so that more people benefit from this information. So this is all about the family support pillar of the youth entrepreneurship spread. Now, if you ask me how one can participate in the third pillar, which which is funding and guidance. Funding, guidance and assistance. Let me tell you, funding, guidance and assistance is all about assisting or guiding an entrepreneur or would be an entrepreneur and how to obtain funds or directly assisting them with the fund. For example, let's assume that there is a small business in Chettinad, somebody is making snacks, Chettinad snacks, and if you provide them with say another 5,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees, they will be able to serve more orders, yeah, and expand their business, and then they can pay you back. In that case, you can go for crowdfunding. As a participant, you can approach possible fund providers and present their case to them, like for example, you can collect 1,000 rupees from 5 people or 10 people and then provide this fund to them. They expand their business and then you also provide a payback plan. You also obtain a payback plan from your entrepreneur, and then once they are through that, you take the money back and pay them back. This is about crowdfunding. There are also other ways of funding. For example, some businesses in the rural areas or some business by the women or the home business, there could be government schemes. But people may not be aware. They may be doing a business, they may be aware of how to do a business, but they may not be aware that there is a funding opportunity available for them. For such people, you can identify the sources of fund like the government schemes or whatever it is, and then you can take it forward them and tell them how to, in case if they are illiterate, also assist them and how to fill the forms, which authorities to approach, how to obtain this fund, and then how to pay them back. So this is funding assistance. Now you may ask me, I don't know an entrepreneur. I know that I can do crowdfunding. I know that there are sources of funds which people can benefit from, but I am not aware of somebody who can make use of that. In that case, you can collect all the information, you can document them and keep it ready. This itself will help you score some points, and then you can spread this information across to people that again scores points for you. And in case if somebody makes use of them, then even your points your scorecard gets even pumped up higher. Yeah, this is the way you score in the funding and guidance assistance. Coming to the next pillar, networking, which is very simple. You all may be aware of. Networking is nothing but connecting people. There could be Nagaratas all over the place in your town or all around the world. You have to basically connect them so that the business opportunities between them develops further. For example, you know a Nagarata who runs a restaurant. You know a Nagarata who does vegetables or groceries business, but they are not aware of each other. But you are aware of them, you can connect them together. This is what it's all about. For this, we will have to use the networking platforms which are available. It could be your personal networking network with your ladies and friends. It could be through social clubs, or it could be online networking resources. For example, NBEG itself has developed or taken forward the networking site which was available earlier and is working on developing it, for which the link is available already in our website. You may make use of them. Lots of entrepreneurs all around the world have registered. Yeah, like this you can invite more people to register in our networking website. This way you will gain points. In case if you identify there are people who are in complementing or supplementing business, who can supplement each other, complement each other, you connect them, you speak to both of them so that they talk to each other and then they develop their business. Somebody is in manufacturing, somebody is in spare parts supply, you can connect them together. Yeah. So this way you connect people, you score points. Otherwise, if you are not able to identify people, but at least you can promote the networking sites, you bring in more people, you get more people enrolled in these websites, you will be indirectly helping those people to network with each other. This way also you gain points. This is all about networking. So we saw how to participate in all these 4 pillars, these 4 areas. As I mentioned earlier, you can participate in more than one area, in more than one pillar to improve your score. In case if you are participating in more than one pillar, your team size can go up to 6. As I mentioned earlier, at least the primary Nagarata, the primary participant has to be a Nagarata, though we would recommend all of them to be Nagarata as much as possible. And whoever benefits from these activities certainly has to be a Nagarata. This is also one of the guidelines in the competition. And then in each pillar, you can participate in more than once. Suppose, as I said, there is a speech on family support. You can develop another speech and score more. You can play the same speech to more audience at different times. So you keep scoring points. Like that, in each and every instance, more people you take across, the more people you try to spread the entrepreneurship, even with the same material, still you score more. This is how you get more score in this competition.